I'm Dr. Ulf Schütze. I'm a professor of second language acquisition at the University of Victoria. I did not start out in languages, but rather in geography. Although while I was getting a degree in geography, I got a certificate in English as a second language, as well as one in German as a second language, which later led to a master's in applied linguistics and a PhD in second language acquisition. So the courses I actually teach are dealing with language and culture based on my background in languages as well as geography. Yeah, when we talk about intercultural communication, learning or speaking in another language, we use words that are grammatically encoded. And hopefully the person we talk to is familiar with those words and knows the rules of grammar. However, there's a reference system we use, and that reference system is based on our personal experiences as well as the environment we grew up in and identify ourselves with, which is generally referred to as culture. So that would be the values, beliefs, and customs of a particular group of people. So part of learning a language is exploring those reference systems and learning about the reference system of another culture. Yeah, so learners often start with grammar, and they kind of forget a little bit about all the words they need to learn. In order to communicate, we need to learn a lot of words. And we not just only need to learn the words as such, but what is their multiple meanings and what is behind them. So that is referring to that reference system we have, like understanding the culture of that particular word. 1/3 of our communication is actually in collocations, phrases, or idioms, which are heavily culturally loaded. So it goes way beyond just words and grammar. As a language learner, that seems an overwhelming task at the beginning. And the thing is, you just have to start somewhere. A good way, of course, is to travel to that country where that language is spoken. Another really good method is to read lots and lots of books. But at the end of the day, the best thing is actually to practice and to speak to as many people as possible in that language. And hopefully they have different genders, different ages, and come from different countries. That will actually lead you to this understanding of language and culture. Yeah, the interesting thing is that we often talk about global languages, but teaching is actually very regional. So sometimes we conduct workshops on language learning in Canada, and my question is always, okay, but which Canada are you talking about? As a teacher, I would always think about, like, where am I? Like, first of all, who are my students? What is their background? What is their first language? What is the school like I teach at? What is the neighborhood like? What is the city like? Like, what type of cultures do I encounter at the school, in this neighborhood, or the city? Right? And that's how I would make my lesson plan, because teaching is very regional. Learning another language, you go on a journey. You learn about another culture, the values, beliefs, and customs of other people, which also makes you question your own values, customs, and beliefs. So you will change your view of the world. Some research has shown that you become a more open and tolerant person. Learning a language, a lot of people only look at the surface, which is the words and the grammar. That is the tip of the iceberg. They don't see the reference system and the different types of cultures that are underneath. They don't really see all these different people underneath who have different ages, different genders, different accents, different dialects from different countries, all speaking one language. So when you go on this journey of learning a language, there is so much more to explore than you would probably have imagined. And it's not just exploring the cultures and that relationship of language to culture from all those people you encounter, but it's actually also going on a journey, finding a lot of things about yourself, like, where are you coming from? What is your culture? Why do you have these certain beliefs? And then using that as a starting point and to get a new understanding of who you are and how you see the world.